Not now.
Everyone, move!
I'm fewer than you can imagine.
Focus your fire!
Reinforcements, as expected.
Protect the totems!
Hold the ship so far. There must be more. I sense their totems. I've got you. What's coming? Hold the ship so far. There must be more. I sense their totems.
Too close. Focus. Hit.
Target hit.
Cleanse everyone. Move.
I'm purer than you can imagine.
Focus your fire.
Reinforcements, as expected.
No.
Nice and steady.
Focus.
Protect the totems.
Not now.
It's confirmed.
No.
Damage shield.
No! I'll ensure your death.
Death.
This was mine.
Lock visual.
Ugh. Too close.
Got you.
Ugh.
Damage shield.
Torvert, the cult's gone.
Thank the blessed stars and you. Can I go back now?
Yes, meet you there.
Scavenger, my crew, they're not right.
The psychic totems. I know.
Oh. Thank you. This is for... I really need my medicine.
You think you can still run this place? The Enclave needs it all.
Ha! Always been a miner. Wouldn't give it up now. Not ever.
I feel the same about fighting.
Yeah. They really need us. Torma out.
Goodbye.
Nara, I've been thinking.
Okay, Sav?
This prophet guy, I thought he was for peace.
Yes. At least he was.
So why send those blasted cult fighters?
I think...
People just want to be free, even if it means hardship and war. So leave us alone. We're no threat way out here.
they find the discord within free will that threatens a peaceful existence.
You got a lot to say, but how do you know?
Long ago, I knew someone who was in the cult. Before they disappeared, they said free will and the cult don't mix well.
This someone, They got a name?
Not one you'd know.
I hope they're wrong.
Me too.
It's here, where I abandoned you, Forza, old friend. Where I made you stay, forever. Mines. Someone triggered the defense system. I should find another way in. The main entrance is still shut.
Other scavengers out here.
Destroyed 22.5 years ago by Circle vultures. Their logs mention the same shrine we seek.
I tricked you into coming here. That's the right way.
And the Elder Ship is still inside?
Yes, but seals block its entrance. Only a fully marked one can open it. I'll inform our acolyte.
This is recent. The circle is onto Forza. I must find him first. The entrance. That's my way in. Regrowth seals. I must shoot them in one go. Now I can enter. I sense Forza's presence. Echoes of his spirit. Wandering this place. A memory. I'm getting closer.
The Circle will find us. We must strike first.
I'm done with all that.
I was not meant to hide.
I forced him to be alone. Whatever drove them away, it wasn't the circle.
Tulsa, it's me. It's Nara. I came back for you.
Yes. 7 years have elapsed. You set this unit on standby mode. You said...
It'll just be for a short while. I'll be back as soon as things calm down. I promise.
I couldn't come back. I couldn't let people see a circle...
Negative. Do not lie. You never intended to return.
Yes.
Explain.
I couldn't look at you, knowing what I'd done. I killed a planet. That's... I knew you wouldn't understand.
You were in pain.
Yes, I was.
And now?
Now... there's nowhere left to hide. And I need to do terrible things again. And there's no one else I can do them with. I know I let you down. I'm sorry.
Welcome back, Nara. Will we finally hunt the Circle?
Yes, we will hunt them all, Forza. Flying you still feels responsive.
The bond between our spirits regrew. I register all your intentions.
So we can enter the drift trance. Regrowth seals. We must attune through our bond.
And drift.
As one force.
We hunt in the shadows.
The path's clear. Felt like we were in harmony again.
No, despite our bond, I do not trust you.
Then why did you come?
Retribution. To hunt the Circle.
That's all.
It is enough.
I'm not sure I still want to know where you came from. You carry so much pain.
More regrowth seals, all lined up in a row.
Then we drift and shoot. The path is free.
We only have a chance against them when we work together.
I am following you, am I not?
It's the only way.
Yes, since I have no choice. I am just your machine.
You mean so much more to me. When we're out of here, I still need something else.
And then we hunt.
I promise, Forcer. The exit is nearby.
A most peculiar arrangement of regrowth seals.
We must drift. All around us.
Our targets.
We strike as one.
I finished the game last night, kind of missed out on it, not probably, but I can understand that. That's a cool. Yeah, I just run this game in gameplay, so considering it my first game of 2022. Speaking of games, I still need to beat Shin Megami Tensei Metroid Dread. I'm still pretty raw again, the features in it. Shit! Fuck. Can't see. Shit! Shit! Okay. God damn it. Speaking at the 21, 22, I did on my YouTube channel. I did actually my top 10 best with movies of 21. So I sent a link to those if you want to check those out. This was out there after I put on to this for the first time. Yep. Agreed.
Codename Ninja Report.
The reader feeling something, whether it's hope, loss, love, sadness. It leaves an impression. He certainly retconned mortality. Nick Spencer absolutely redeemed himself at the Secret Empire fiasco.
Yeah, so.
His run on Amazing Spider-Man is perhaps the best of the last decade. And he had been hitting all along that eventually he was going to retcon away one of the most hated storylines of all time. One more thing. Well, that didn't quite happen, but in Amazing Spider-Man 73, he certainly retconned another story that had been haunting Spider-Man fans for decades. Stan's past. Some leaders took years to come back and trust Marvel Spider-Man. Some leaders never came back after Sin's past. And Nick Spencer did a fantastic job wiping away the sense of Marvel's past. And even in that table to leave Gwen Stacy's legacy by acknowledging Gwen Stacy was always in class. Robert Osborn, his story never made sense to today's population. It's stuck to high heavens for years. It's finally rushed away. Thank you, Nick Spencer. You left Amazing Spider-Man on the highest level, gave the fans something. You did that. Marvel Comics realistic. And if they made a poor decision, they are willing to undo and make things right. And stop destroying their characters in the name of genre. We live with the Graham Brothers. It's one of the most emotionally charged roller coaster rides
What the hell?
been on. I had the highest highs in the roller coasters. The Miranda Brothers play with your vision, get you an amusement as you go through the journey of combat as they're trying to save young recruiters like Colin knows that she has no hope. She didn't receive one of the devices that is going to save her before this world ending her benefit. But she never used robots. She never tries to take it from her. She knows it's her job to get her little brother to the finish line and save and offer this earth no matter what. And issue number 5, the finale of the delivers everything from Peter. It's not often that comic book creators take you on an emotional journey, and in the end, they're skilled enough to actually pay it off to manner which was the story absolutely demands. And the finale is a blueprint, no less than other comic book creators on how to leave the common audience satisfied and still what Raphael is one of my favorite fiction books. That might be the cartoon where I first connected, another media movies, video games, or comic books. There's something I just
Damn it!
Close around my house to a teenage Ninja Turtles, Flash Ronin, finally learned to think about life. This is one of the most emotionally charged issues I've ever read in my life. I remember And Raphael, in his hot headpiece, was always the double-edged sword. Led him into essentially a no-win situation. He was still rocking up. He never backed down. He was still willing to lay it all on the line. He was still willing to sacrifice for his brothers, for his family. I'm not going to lie to you and say this combo left me feeling hopeful or energetic. I certainly felt deep down sad to see what happens to Raphael, this final thing. But the ending for your favorite heroes can't always be happy. And Raphael was always destined to have a tragic ending. And I can't imagine anyone pulling it off any better than Tom Waltz, Kevin Eastman, and the team behind Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. Dick Grayson is one of my favorite superheroes in all time. In my opinion, I think he's the most relatable superhero out there. I love the juxtaposition of Dick Grayson's view of his mission versus Bruce Wayne's view of his mission. Even though they have some similar character traits, training, and backstory, Dick Grayson is so much more optimistic. He's so much more hopeful.
He is doing one smooth Okay. Damn it! Okay, let's try again. God damn it. Shit. Almost. Yeah. No! I ain't good, yeah. God damn it. Shit. God damn it. I don't get it! I hit that thing out like 3 times. Yes. No. Now what?
Vaping can deliver toxic metal.
Yeah. Hang on.
Year of movies, there's certainly movies that have made this top 10.
Anyways, you can do it. Thank you. Alright. Good. Finally!
But we are not alone.
Stand down and hand over our eldership, Thief.
Ow.
The Circle Vulture. Our prey now.
Exposed weird, I'm gonna read all that.
I see. Their stern is still vulnerable.
Then we can still hurt them.
Boost and swift. Okay. Ow. Yay. This is bullshit. No. Yeah.
Not now.
Come on, blow up.
Too close.
God damn it.
Rest of the year that I'm kind of surprised some movies maybe haven't done.
The Circle Vulture. Our prey now.
My head back here. That's about the best that
I think their stern is still vulnerable.
Then we can still hurt them.
Come on, blow up.
Got him in sight.
Shit. Not me. Ugh. Stupid ship.
The Circle Vulture. Our prey now. I see. Their stern is still vulnerable.
Then we can still hurt them.
Booting Swift.
Hit. Cleanse the entire system.
I will hunt beside you, but only if you let me visit a special place.
What place?
You will see later. Promise me.
Of course, Forza. I promise. I must get to the temple.
We would travel for a ski trip on things we fly out there.
Of course. I noticed something missing in you, Nara. You are fractured.
I am. I burned nearly all my rights out of me. Suppressed my gifts.
Then you also abandoned part of yourself.
Now, I need those rights back.
Why?
Good. They made you a perfect warrior.
Yes, I perfectly failed. If I fail again, Forza, you must stop me. Kill me. Please.
Understood.
Why?
Until then, we must fight. We will hunt them.
Yes, we will.
Cool. No, why do you have a death sentence? I get you to until a point. I get that break go on mentally, but isn't that a little bit extreme? Yo.
Peter.
Hi, David. Hi, Con. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Yep.
That's the worst.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Are you in your room or the playroom?
Playroom.
Let me get a little tour.
Mm-hmm.
So, is Avi still there?
No, he's gone.
He left today?
Yeah.
Alright, well, I just wanted to say, nice job on your videos. You finally got them done. I know you were looking for it.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you. Mwah. Hi, Sean. Tell Dad I said hi.
Okay, I will.
Love you.
Love you.
Or you can just call him, Peter.
I'll call him.
Alright, love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey.
Alright. Starting off at number 10 for my best movies of the year. This one was, by the end of the year, my most anticipated movie, and fell just slightly short of where I expected it to be, and that is Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. Now, this movie is not the best movie. The movie certainly has flaws. The movie certainly has things that I wish they would have done differently, namely splitting the two game storylines into two separate movies. I think that trying to shove both of them into one film was the movie's biggest detriment.
Peter!
Yeah?
Space Jam was one of your worst movies?
Yeah?
It was awesome.
It was horrible.
You didn't like it?
No, you saw my rant at that train wreck.
I know, I thought it was crazy that you said that.
Well, just say, what can I say? It was a horror movie and it broke me.
Alright, love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
But as a hardcore classic Resident Evil fan, as somebody that the Resident Evil franchise is probably my favorite video game franchise of all time, as somebody that has guilty pleasure fun with most of the Paul W.S. Anderson films, but definitely thinks that they are terrible adaptations of the games, all of the information that I had leading up to the release of this movie led me to believe that this might finally be the one. This might finally be the one that they listen to the fans and give the movie
I'm sorry, but I want to say
and for better or worse, that's exactly what they did. There are so many callbacks and Easter eggs and visual cues and little touches of nostalgia that is brought into this movie that is 100% fan service, to the point where if you're unfortunately not knowledgeable of the early games, it's going to go completely over your head and you're...
But we will.
Such energy. I sense energies resonating from weekends. Might be from that abandoned station. Rumors about it scare me elsewhere. That ancient wreck isn't the source I sensed, but it echoes energies. Just a few years old, I still sense the clues life forces. Echoes of fear, madness, death. Maybe they'll lead me to the energy source. I need to know. I should trace these echoes. Life forces are strong here. I should use my senses.
can't be alive. No! Stay away from me!
Some kind of manifestation attacked him, but not faceless. Not entirely.
So named in order to trick grandparents into buying into their grandkids, who we begging for a nice fighting skin, and it's
Can't see the smoke! Damn it! Leave me alone!
He never had a chance against those manifestations.
This data fascinating. It's off my charts.
Maybe they found what I'm looking for.
Finally, let's find out what all those stories are about. Time for my drones. Hey, buddies, swarm out!
Elaf, the famous explorer. That's all of Elaf's memories, but they make no sense. I'd better check the drone logs.
Although it's unfair to say that not all more is going with both, it does build up a repeating issue. And these players like those say, as only such these bodies to bring up.
Stay away, it's mine. Let me speak.
Number 7, I saw that cloud.
I used the right energy's effects in interrogations. It shattered their minds, and they never recovered.
However, Ghost Dog Films has decided to give the format a revival with I Saw Black Cloud. Game with much more akin to Netflix's This is like anything else we've seen. The only interaction players have with the game is in the choices they're forced to make along the way. Sadly, whoever was in charge of continuity was clearly acting on the job. There are a number of instances where choices just won't stack up. It also features a morality system which is just the protagonist's personality trait, but again, these often don't align with the decisions made by the player. If it were a film, I saw Black Cloud being a great DVD and the worst horror. The additional activities does nothing to help the cause. Nothing scary about it, just how tense it is. Number 6, Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, Switch. Thanks. Oh, Rockstar, how mighty have fallen. When a remaster of Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City and San Andreas announced back in October, Finals, a chance to replay iconic games from the current generation. With all three ending up as horrible looking glitchy messes. You'll be say that most of the fault lies squarely with Rockstar and developer who wrote these games. Not only was the remaster riddled with bugs and glitches, which despite their clarity did render the whole thing somewhat unplayable, but the character models were absolutely laughable at times. I mean, come on guys, what the hell is that? Unsurprisingly, the entire thing was panned by both players and critics, to the point where Rockstar were forced to issue a formal apology. As it stands, we only hope they're willing to patch the game into a playable state, but we're all out of breath. Number 5, of Bird and Cage, PC, 44%. We've got to hand it to Capricious Productions here. They certainly tried to do something new with On Bird and Cage. The title aims to be as much a metal album as it is a video game. However, much like filling the disc tray of your PS5 with jam in the hopes of dispensing preserves onto your morning toast, just because an idea is new, it's good. According to the developer, On Bird and Cage allows players to experience the game that is tailored to its music, leading them for a story of madness that plays loosely on Beauty and the Beast. The main problem that critics found with the game, though, is that it succeeded at neither of the things it set out to do. The soundtrack itself was hit and miss, and though the odd song here and there was enjoyable, much of it was forgettable. Equally, the gameplay was frustrating, as each area needed to be completed before the current song was over, and things like driving and combat were clunky at best. In short, you're better off just sticking on Master of Puppets while you play any Telltale game. It will be a far better experience.
I didn't hear about this game.
4, Taxi Chaos, PS4, 22%. There have been a string of games that have spiritual successes. The likes of Stardew Valley and One Hospital have gone down very well with audiences, as they not only fulfill the requirement for nostalgia,
you're going to completely miss out on that aspect of the experience, but it was something that I was grateful that finally somebody said, okay, we're going to forego the general audiences and take a chance on just appealing to the people that really are screaming for this movie. And I'm one of the fans that fortunately really appreciated what they did. I liked most of the characters. I really loved a lot of the recreations of the different settings and scenarios from the first 2 games. I think that overall the movie does a pretty good job at balancing certain aspects of the story and certain reveals and setting up certain things for the future. But it could have been a lot better. It could have been a movie that I think would have been the best video game movie of all time if they had just had enough faith to do 2 movies and not try to shove them both in case this one's not successful enough to get a sequel. But even with this being what it is, and even if we don't get a follow-up, I actually think it's a pretty satisfying adaptation of the video games. Number 9 is going to be The Suicide Squad. I had a lot of fun with this movie. Unfortunately, WB botched the release by doing this day-and-date HBO Max thing, and unfortunately, the movie has got a bit of an Achilles heel being attached to the previous Suicide Squad movie that is one of, if not the lowest rated film from the DCEU thus far. But this is a really good time. This is unabashed.
Gateway explains the werewolf, and it should instead replaced with generic royalty-free scripts. But even worse than that, the lack of anything that borders on chaos, leaving players with a game that's less crazy fancy and more driving Miss Daisy. Number 3, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Earthblood, PS4, 42%. In theory, a game where you get to play as a werewolf sounds fantastic. But if Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood is anything to go by, then the experience is not nearly as exciting as our imaginations would have to believe. Set in the same universe as Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood, that title is ridiculous, I just want to get Earthblood from now on, I'll be here all day. Set in the same universe as Vampire the Masquerade, Earthblood tells the story of Kamal, I think, an eco-terrorist werewolf who was banished from his pack and goes around raiding various corporations in the hopes of saving the planet. The game tries to balance stealth with action, but the problem is that it puts all of the fun points in stealth and all of the efficiency points in action, meaning it's far easier to just hit the guns blazing approach, but players won't get much enjoyment from doing so. The narrative leaves a lot to be desired as well. Presumably those who play the tabletop game will be familiar with the various throws their way, but the video game does nothing to explain any of it to new players. Couple that, or voice acting, and you've got a game that is well competent. Great. Rather sit down and watch Twilight, to be honest. Number 2, Balan Wonderworld.
Hey, look what I found. The credits you owe me.
Shut up. I was near that ancient structure and found a dead guy. Legislative problem.
Dead?
He was in a wreck. And he had this thing, see?
They never entered the temple. Instead, they must have found a marked one. They were running out of war, forcing them to mine even closer to the temple.
It's pretty well reported that does have natural doses of light energy on this, even if it was viewed poorly on TV platforms. And if we hadn't, it was even 4 entries to be seen
My sensors have picked up the third drone signature.
Now, don't get us wrong, we're all for serving you on fresh facts. There's only so many ways we can think of to say this game is completely bonkers. On the surface of it, Balan Wonderworld looks like your standard independent order, and the standard of the game is rather aesthetically pleasing. Fortunately, Balan Wonderworld is only slightly scratching the surface, just the original reveals an incredibly shallow game.
How did they get it
In
out
terms
of
of
the
narrative,
temple?
what little there is seems very
inside.
confused, and the game refuses to
The power source I sensed.
to play a character someone needs somewhat menacing Balan, who transforms into Wonderworld, so there seems to be no explanation as to why. From there, players aren't have about it. No holds our funky. The other line is totally inspired. This is easier said than done. Wonderworld, more like, I wonder what the hell they were thinking. Number 1, eFootball 2022.
A James Gunn movie, and all the things that he does well, this movie does well. The offbeat humor, the ultra-violence, the zany situations, all the characters here, despite being like D-level DC characters, are really fun and engaging. To the point where some of your favorite characters in movies are probably characters you've never heard of in your life. And I think that it does a really good job at kind of redeeming the concept of Suicide Squad. And I don't know if financially they are going to ever justify doing another one, but I think it needs to be in a really good spot to where if they wanted to make another one, they got to take a good spot to start. One more we got to make doing that series coming from John Cena character, which I did not expect to be one of my favorite movies. Number 8 is going to be Free Guy. Now I saw this like a month or so after it released. I didn't have a whole lot of interest in this. I love Ryan Reynolds, but I feel like after Deadpool, his shtick is kind of shtick. I mean, there was a long time where his personality just felt like Deadpool, and Deadpool was a thing, and that's just what you hired Ryan Reynolds to do. But now it just feels like a lot of his characters are Deadpool-like. And when I saw the trailer for this, I was like, okay, so it's going to be Deadpool. And it's not bad at all, in my opinion. It's actually a movie that has a lot of heart and a lot of good message and a good story. And it's got a lot of really cool Easter eggs and jokes and tricks for video game fans. And by the end of it, I thought that it was very entertaining, very exciting. It was very funny. There was a lot of really funny like cameos and in-jokes with not only the video game universe, but also Disney themselves. And by the end of it, I actually want to see all of this. Is probably the best Ryan Reynolds movie that I have seen since the first day. Number 7 is all of those questions after that. As somebody that is glad to
Meet Sumi, the magical all-in-one counterintelligence builder.
Sumi back to what made the original great. And as soon as I heard the initial concept of this, the fact that you had the son of the original's director come and take over this property that he is very personally tied to, the story direction of them having Harold Ramis' character kind of leave this legacy to his family, and they rediscover all of the Ecto-1 and all the ghost traps and everything, I thought it was the perfect direction to go. And when I saw the film, it was a genuinely fun, exciting, and just a good time for the entire family. Now, admittedly, I do kind of miss some of the raunchy, more adult SNL-style humor of the original, but Ghostbusters has kind of evolved into this family pop culture thing, so I understand why they made this a little bit more of a kid-friendly movie, a little bit more of a movie you can take all ages to come see. But just on the simple expectation of following up the original movie in a very respectful and satisfying way, I don't think they could have done a better job. So if you're a Ghostbusters fan that has been continuously disappointed since the first film, I think this is the first one that has a genuine shot at surprising you and giving you what you want. Number 6 is one of the bigger surprises of the year, and that is Dune. Now, I'm somebody that was never on the hype train for this movie. I like Denis Villeneuve, but I've never loved any of his movies. I've always been in competitions with them. I know dick about Dune. I never watched the original movie, never had the desire to, never read the book. Didn't really get that drawn in by the trailers. It looked gorgeous, but I was like, I don't know, that's a little out there for me. I don't think it's real. But I went to go see this expecting to be that guy to walk out and say, all you guys saying this is a masterpiece.
After I burned my rights away.
No one has ever faced their right vision and its trial twice. It might kill you.
I must try. Now I'll attune myself to the past. The memories will guide me inside.
How old is this? Sensor data's...
Who cares? What matters is how we get inside.
Only marked ones can enter. Suppressing my gifts didn't change that.
Hey, the religious guy and his sidekick found a way in.
We can follow him.
Another Circle Elder and their acolyte. While I was here in Staker.
It's opening.
Where? The rights.
Torment Field.
Must stay out. The passage.
Wait, do I get this full outside ship? Oh, wait, cool. Oh, wait, I don't. Damn it.
I genuinely loved this movie. I thought that it was great. I thought that it was the best thing that Denis Villeneuve has given me, personally. Although I probably should rewatch the movie before saying that. But I really enjoyed it and was genuinely surprised how much I got sucked into this world, sucked into the characters. And now that we can actually celebrate the fact that we got a green light for the second movie, I'm genuinely excited that we are going to get the conclusion of this story. And I'm on the edge of my seat to see how everything plays out and how everything wraps up in the second film. So as somebody that was as cynical and as skeptical about this thing as you could possibly be, it ended up being one of the better experiences that I had all year. Number 5 is a movie that has continuously climbed up this list all throughout the back half of the year since I've seen it. And that is Malignant. This is a movie that I walked out and I was mixed positive on. I was like, yeah, that was wild, that was out there, that was very James Wan and kooky and campy, and I love the fact that it was just nuts. But they could have done this better. They certainly, I felt like they telegraphed the twist a little bit, or I was just ahead of the movie because I've seen so many movies that I could just predict shit. But I wasn't in love with this when I walked away from it. But after rewatching the movie, after discussing the movie, after continuously going back and thinking about the movie, and it's just turned into one of those films that I'm genuinely going to remember in 2021, and I will continuously go back to the point where it has ended up being one of my favorite movies of the year. And it very rarely that happens. Usually my opinion's pretty solid. It might, vary a little bit on rewatch or after sitting on it for a while, but very rarely do I walk out with a movie that I'm just mostly okay with.
My choice! I know who I was. I know who I am now. The right. One wound healed. It's open.
I remember this target.
Let us leap at it.
Wanting, devouring.
I missed that.
Yes, targeting enemies.
That too.
What about your other rights? You are still incomplete.
We must find other temples.
So your exile at the Stega system ends. A blockage.
Regrowth seal.
Fine, I don't make the guy how he wants to talk to anyway. But at least we called it into the good Morgan movie. That's open in Morgan movie. Even if PG-13, but we didn't say it had a double comment. Even though I know they don't play Italian in that movie, we kept the exit train intact and kept the actor story intact. You ready to dance for this now, man? But you know what? We didn't make sense. This is not full comment. It is crap. It is not this garbage. Fuck this movie. And what? But then we're done here. I don't really like full commentary movies. That's cool for you guys because I don't stand it. Fuck this movie. And what did I do time period? Like, oh, this is awful. Fuck it. Well, let's just go on and everything else here. Fuck this movie. This is one of the worst racing this year. This is very grumpy. But, and that's what it was. Yeah, go back to my number one. This is even acting like my voice. Something hard in Mortal Kombat. What is it? Somebody find out. That's my number two. Try my number one. My number one.
What lured this faceless and when? It's so powerful, fascinating. Weapons don't hurt it. I can sense what it manifests. Guilt. Ancient, unforgivable, haunting guilt.
Elder Somos. He studied a faceless, a guilt manifestation.
Eternal guilt.
It's invincible.
The guilt is here. Run, Nara.
Through there. Fast.
The guilt manifestation did not follow. There's another guilt manifestation.
It's the same one. Move up. It's right behind us.
More moving targets ahead.
Our way out.
Watch out. Ahead.
Leap. Through there.
We're desecrating this place. Get out.
The targets you asked for.
And the hunt begins.
shit! Look, Marie, I'm 21. And oh boy, this Marie nearly broke me. Maybe I can eventually, again, within a minute, blow your fight. So, see, I'll roll my AP, I'll roll my other one, roll my AI, if I think I like Marie. Me, I just make me, So, yeah. My number one, top 10, Blood Crew 2001, Spirit Gem and Lexi. I know. Spirit Gem, bullshit, this movie is crap. Oh my god, you're gonna be charged out for the calendar of the Illegal Max. I know. Bullshit! This movie is garbage! Fuck this movie! I better be a basketball, you know, and go whatever. This is not, I need to New York. No! There's a cash grab with my David Mandy and sequels that no one wants. Look! Really pretty good I mean, I will get in what I cash grab. Really pretty good. I have a story that can call them in sex. That's good, I mean, that's boys and that is stupid. And then reasons, this is not my fight is stupid. You know, my fight was maybe and the main billion I think, you know, I can get on to you. Look, I need to actor, but my God, she's so weird. Sorry. Don't let anything else get. That gets straight out of 1 hour point by the name of the go dog, but it didn't prove me. This movie is crap. Fuck this movie. Oh my god. What if we're on in the industry? This movie is fucking garbage. The acting, okay, let's see. The one day not acting. No, the guy acting is 14. Fine. I would argue for that concept. He gave it for another week. I've been doing. So, the one day not be acting. The guy can't act. And that's not my point. I was very. Oh, he's still can act. Sort of about the action. What action? What action? No. And that one. And they didn't have it yet. Slap. And sort of. He made it what it said. And the story was pretty. All the ones that fall down and they get his son. Fine. Here's the idea. Let's see how it turns out. And no, stupid. And it made no fucking sense. And it was quick.
Uh-oh. Are you okay? For a moment I lost your vitals.
I'm back. But something really bad is coming. I saw a rift.
The Nimica Rift. A flashback.
No. A different place. A new rift. We have to stop it.
So, we finally get to hunt them.
Yes. All of them. As promised. Enclave, come in.
Shut the fuck! You're done!
Sav, are you reading me?
Nara? After the attack, I thought you'd left.
I'm done running. I'm ready to take the fight to the cult.
That's good. Our preparations are moving fast. See for yourself. Time to come home, Nara.
Copy.
Oh, and you're their protector now.
The Circle will cleanse these people, murder them.
Of course. They're heretics. But you promised that we will move out and hunt the Circle.
We will, and we'll protect the people here.
This is not my home.
But it is mine. Understood?
And I obey.
I know. We can't stay on the defensive forever. And we won't.
Yeah, I know.
Sav, come in.
Hey, Scavenger, it's Kira. We got a special situation at an outpost. We need you.
Special? All right. I'm listening.
All right. Reed told me to ask for you in certain...
I'm afraid of all the place, and it's the story that's so stupid the way they broke my mind. What the fuck was this crap? This was a fucking song.
Number 4 is my favorite horror film of the year, and that is A Quiet Place Part 2. Now, I really enjoyed the first movie. I actually enjoyed it before watching it at home. It's a really rough movie to watch.
Couldn't agree more. Just get the lines.
Crumbling papers, but I really like the first film. And with John Krasinski being able to step behind the director's chair and not have to act at the same time, I thought there was a lot of potential for this to be even better. And it might even be better than the first film. At best, or at worst, I'm sorry, it's exactly the same level of quality as the first film. But I actually think that there's some things about this that I might prefer on rewatch to the first film. I think the acting against us is awesome. I love Cillian Murphy's character in addition to this movie. I think the sequences are very tense and exciting and just very blockbuster level quality while being a very quiet, no pun intended, and personal movie. And I'm genuinely intrigued with how they have continued to build out this universe and create this little franchise where the first film could have been a great little one and done. This is one of the few examples where they decide to follow it up to a sequel and continue the storyline, and they do a damn good job with it to where a one and done now turns into a franchise that I want to see keep going in many ways. They've already talked about a spin-off coming out. Of course, they're going to do a part 3 when John Krasinski's ready to do it. So I am fully on board with wherever they want to go in this world because I thought this was one of the best horror sequels that I've seen in a long time. Number 3 is going to be Webhead, Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, I was a bit skeptical about this movie the closer we got to release. I've been very excited about it just with the concept and potential of that concept. And as somebody that absolutely adores the Raimi film, just the rumor that Tobey Maguire might show up in this movie has made it one of my most anticipated for as long as I've known about it. And the closer we got to it, the trailer showing the Doctor Strange setup and spell kind of made me a little skeptical, a little silly. The fact that the internet did not shut the fuck up about this movie and was just doing everything it could to destroy any secrets or twists we might potentially had with leaks and rumors and arguments and tweets and fucking media outlets just sharing everything and content creators that I love and respect putting pictures out there with their watermark on it. All of that did as much as they possibly could to ruin my experience with this movie that I really wish I could have walked in and been genuinely shocked at some of the reveals. But even with all of that baggage, after seeing the movie twice now, I genuinely think this is one of the best Spider-Man movies we've gotten. It is my 3rd favorite, and it's one of the best MCU movies. It is my favorite MCU movie of the year. It is my favorite superhero movie of the year, comic book movie of the year. And I think it's a movie that, upon rewatch, I'm only going to continue to like it more. And it did what I thought was the impossible, which is to not only give me a great movie, but leave me in a place where I am genuinely excited as hell for what is to come in the future. And I have not had that feeling about Spider-Man since Raimi's Spider-Man 3. So I am so excited for the future, the potential future of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I thought that this was a damn good execution of the concept. It had a lot of nostalgia. It did a great job at not only adding and wrapping up things and beginning things in this Tom Holland timeline of Spider-Man, but also with a lot of the characters that have come back from the previous universes, kind of making those movies a little bit better and giving them a feeling of closure. You won't use them against us. The villains that came back from the Amazing Spider-Man films that got cut off in 2 movies. So this was one of the better experiences that I've had all year, both times that I've seen it. And this might be the movie that I continue to watch the most from 2021.
Same.
Number 2 was my favorite movie of the year for most of 2021, and that is Nobody. Now, this is a movie that was just advertised out of nowhere. It was a giant surprise. I'm like, what the hell? Fucking Better Call Saul's doing like a John Wick movie? I have to see this. Admittedly, I am a huge sucker for classic, brutal, action, thriller, revenge type movies. That might be my favorite subgenre of all time, even over horror, even over slashers. It might be. I'm such a sucker for them. But the fact that you have Bob Odenkirk, a guy that is maybe in the bottom 5 of Hollywood that you would expect to do a role like this and pull it off the way that he did, doing a movie where a guy can literally just kick anybody's ass and is trying to protect his family from mobsters and gangsters. That concept alone was enough to just get me in my ass in the seat. Minute 1, this was in theaters. And despite the fact that I really understand people's issue with this feeling like it's kind of riding John Wick's coattails to a certain degree, I love this movie. I love how different and unique it was to movies that you would expect it to be a lot more similar to, like John Wick. I loved what Bob Odenkirk did. He gave me an entirely different side of this guy as an actor that I never would have expected that I would have seen, and I want more of it, Bob. I want more. When Better Call Saul wraps, I want everybody too. And I thought that the action sequences were genuinely great choreography, shot well, edited well, some of the most brutal and engaging fight scenes that I have seen all year, to the point where you see something like Shang-Chi that is infinitely bigger in size and spectacle and in budget try to do a similar scene in a bus and falls flat because of how intense Nobody's version was. You get characters or actors like Christopher Lloyd in here that are kicking ass, and I'm like, I never thought I would have seen Doc Brown kick people's ass with a shotgun, but now I've seen it, and I didn't know that I needed that in my life, but god damn it, I needed it. I'm getting pumped. I want to watch this movie right now. It's such a fucking awesome, singular little one and done that could potentially be a franchise that it was a huge surprise. I loved it. I loved it on rewatch, and I will continue to rewatch this thing and sing its praises for as long as I'm alive. But coming in on the clutch to be my number one of the year was a movie that I certainly had expectations for, and I was certainly looking forward to, but never in a million years would have thought was as good as it ended up being. And never in a million years would have thought that it would have ended up being my favorite film of the year. And that is 007, No Time to Die. Now, I'm somebody that admittedly is a very casual at best James Bond fan. I actually had the intention to watch all 25 James Bond films and do a big badass ranking after No Time to Die, and I could not get past Thunderball. I cannot watch the older James Bond films and get into it. And I knew if I was suffering through Sean Connery, I had no fucking chance getting through Roger Moore. And so I'm somebody that I've only really gotten engaged with the generations that I have been here for, which is Pierce Brosnan and Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig, by far, being my favorite. And of his movies, he seems to do a great one and then an okay one. Set them to self. And so, by that logic, we were up for a great one. But I felt like I wasn't sure. After the fourth film, after Spectre, he seemed like he didn't really have a whole lot left that he wanted to get to this character. I wasn't sure if he just had this great story idea or he was motivated again, or if the studio just kind of gave him enough money to get him to come back for a fifth one. I wasn't sure. But when you walk into this movie and you see the story that they have laid out for you, I was genuinely impressed to the point of loving this film at how much they really did make this a great send-off for his version of Bond. We've never seen that before. Even though I haven't seen the movies, I have factually checked it. We have never seen it before to where a era of James Bond, an actor's take on the character, has actually had a multi-movie arc that is closed out in a purposeful way. Every single actor that has ever been James Bond never gets any kind of a conclusion because they just stop making those movies and they get a new guy and start over again. This genuinely felt like a movie that took the storyline, the themes, the characters, all the way back from Casino Royale, brought all of them full circle in a way to where this is one of the most satisfying conclusions to a character that I have seen in a very long time.
Come on!
Fucking awesome. Like you pretty much always expect, for better or worse, of a movie in the Daniel Craig era. I think it's among his best performances as the character. I loved all of the side characters, including the female 007 that everybody just wanted to hate and wanted to bitch about and say this movie was woke right here. And I loved the way that they wrapped up the storyline. And as far as I'm going to go with it, if you haven't seen the movie by now, I think that you're kind of asking for spoilers. But nonetheless, the way that they decided to close out this arc after 5 films, I thought was earned. I thought that it was emotional. I thought that it was very gratifying and satisfying as a fan. And it left me really solidifying that this is the greatest version of James Bond that we've ever seen and potentially will ever see. So I fucking love No Time to Die, and I want to spin off with Ana de Armas' character, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and put the order in for that now. So Hollywood, MGM, hi. Yeah, I greenlit it. It's okay. You can go now. But if you are a James Bond fan that didn't get a chance to see this, what are you waiting on? If you're somebody that's been on the fence, liked some movies, didn't like some movies about Daniel Craig, haven't seen this, what are you waiting on? And even if you're somebody that is skeptical about how they're going to wrap up James Bond, I'm telling you, check this thing out now. my favorite film of the year, No Time to Die. So what do you guys think? What are your top 10 best movies, favorite movies of 2021? Let me know down below in the comment section. Be sure to consider checking out the link down below for my Patreon page so that you can not only genuinely help
Yeah, I'm bad to the bone. I ain't sure what you've been told. Yeah, I'm bad.
There was a murder. It was supposed to be. You say that. Or black man. He's got.
What?
Period. This movie made no sense and was gunfire and thank God it bombed. So no how to win. Like, look, if you want to see the Space Jam, fine. But here's the thing. You just done any other plot. It's like this story. Why did you not figure out your mother joy and everybody didn't team up to fight the aliens again? I don't know what I'm saying. That story gets far more better when that doesn't make sense. I don't know how
Use him against God.
Not this garbage fire and a percent of what is a cash grab. Like, fuck this shit. Fuck this movie. And we put that in movie I could. This movie was garbage. I know I want to win this Space Jam. That nigga comes down to fire and cash grab. Really doing the movie knew what it was. Yeah, I knew it was a woman and a long time. It really never made sense. This was crap. Fuck this movie. Fucking talk about it. What's this movie was anybody ever get into? It never did ever the movie. Ever again. Like, fuck the trailer. Ah! That's all the one wish I need good. Fuck the movie. Let's move on good. And I just can't do it anymore. Fuck the movie. And what is going on? Ain't no fuck.
Another dead hero.
I mean, that's alright. I don't know, interesting. That's my top 10 with 21. You guys don't want the whole I gave the movie that was trying to back. Kind of good anyway. Although, it wasn't all bad. I say my top 10 best anyway. We on the thing with it. But quickly, so I don't want to have a bad one as well. Like, my God, these movies broke my sanity. What's up this year at my 4 bedroom movies? Oh, wait, for the January movies. Shit! Why? Well, you know what? That's January. We'll get that translated. But, point is, 21 words in the whole, and when you move on to the future, and what's the future now for the you know, that's not happening. We're gonna want, you know, see how we kind of see right now, interest. Now on, but you know the point. Well, you did a good movie. I can't believe people make out it was great, like James Gunn movie. And these are in it directly, I think I did all year ever. I know through the squad. Where is it? Good movie, Iron Man. And Jim, I really went 5-5. I still wrote down my statement. I still wrote down my really waiting. The great James Gunn movie. The best James Gunn. This is my favorite movie I think you went Except for the properly bound first 15 minutes. Sure, then it just doesn't look like a classic trope. That's not every single one of these good guys. I'm not buying it. External. Right? So that the good guys can team up to battle the external threat. The whole concept in the first place. And the part that killed it for me, and someone told me in the comments on my worst review and told me this is from the graphic novel, but one of our lead DC characters gets killed off. And we follow him into the
Scavenger, please come back and help us.
Right up there, I was like, oh dear, this doesn't fit. This doesn't feel right. And then we follow him as a ghost back into the real world, where he starts helping the character. Really, is this what we're doing? I guess it's in the comic. There's a lot of stuff in the comics that it's not good. Everyone knows that. So just because it's in there doesn't mean that you should adapt it. Some ideas are worth it. That does look like a great concept, and just totally drop the ball with it.
Number 94, I know this is one you have opinions on. Infinite. Infinite. Mark Wahlberg, sci-fi action, fantasy action. And does it feel like it's kind of like there's so many movies on this list that they feel like they came out in like 2005. Like I feel like I've watched them forever ago. So Infinite is a Paramount Plus original film. Sort of I like most of his films. He's one of like the guys that's directing kind of those old school action thrillers. That's my genre, so I love what he does. And then it's from Mark Wahlberg, Dylan O'Brien, Chiwetel Ejiofor. It's a combination of sci-fi, action, fantasy, and that's just it is this bizarre mix of The Matrix, The Bourne Identity, Highlander, and every other sort of all the genres.
Set them to self-destruct. You won't use them against us.
And then it's a movie that feels like he worked extensively in the editing. Like Dylan O'Brien is cast in a role that feels very important, and then he's not. Weird. And I just assumed they got the movie together like, oh crap, this thing doesn't work. It's 6 hours long. Let's just squish it into an hour and then put all this stuff into Mark Wahlberg and spit it out on the streaming service. And it's got enough star power. It's kind of put on.
All mines secured. They're yours again, Enclave.
Good work. Please swing by, okay?
Right, exactly. But like, there's a version of this movie that would have been really good. It's just not the movie that we actually got. Number 3 on here is with M. Night Shyamalan, you never know what you're doing. And he's on his some of my and that's the thing that's always remember people's action concept and then did this thing I gotta have like action concept very frequently doesn't deliver on the and then you get to the it just does not add up. It's not. And this is one of those this idea of being treated for an old world fast. That's kind of clever. That's catchy. Wonder how that's going to play out. And it just turns into a series of thoughts. And then last minute plot twist revealed to tell you what's going on. Really, that's it. You're not going to explain anything. You're not going to bring that's what's going on. You're just explaining about conspiracy. That is so unsatisfying. And then the rotten cherry on top of all this. You'll love it. So it's about people hating and starting. So that they go from 3 day to the kids. Teenage bodies hooked up. And literally children hooked up with pets. Great things there at night.
This is for you, Scavenger. Thanks, and please keep this quiet. Reed doesn't want to alarm people without good reason. The cult hasn't been here in years. With these mines, any cultists using the jump gate will explode before they reach us.
That won't be enough.
What do you mean?
Carry on, but prepare for anything.
With time, I stopped and thought it just enough. Anyway, with the Purge movies, always had a political bent. It hasn't been. It's never really been.
But the baby died anyway.
This is the one where it's just kind of stupid, and they lost the concept. The whole concept for the Purge to work is it's only for a certain period of time. Once that period of time ends, that it's you just play out that scenario. What would you do if you had 12 hours at a loss? And if you go, the concept in this movie is basically just anarchy. But that has nothing to do with the Purge. could just make another movie about like what if a group of the people in the country got so fed up and decided to just turn everything on its head over social justice. You do that, there's nothing to do with the movie. And so they launched the concept with trying to one up everything. Election day already closed out the story of the purge and so this brought it back, only to bring it different. To try and make more commentary on the Trump era or whatever, and it just turns into referencing things. Like, what if we were trying to get to Mexico, not
target located? Too slow. Found you
I see what you did there. I got that reference. It just wasn't clever, so I just thought it was all for fun. You tried to lecture me without having
The Enclave. There are more ships than I remember.
Yes.
And the last one is
Forza, copy and adopt their Enclave signature.
Outside.
Of course. You never told them who you really are.
January, all of it. Were Netflix original. I like sci-fi acts like Robots Battle, like Infinite Neck. And I just thought it was just so great. I mean, that once you do something turns, it made it like
Nara.
wrong.
Your ship, that shape, it's a cult.
No, he's my ship.
Nara, who are you?
Sav, I know you're scared, but I'm on our side, right?
Yeah, of course. The others probably won't recognize it. Him.
You did.
Anyways, let me show you something. We're still counting our dead, while people keep fleeing here from the outer reaches.
Looking for protection.
They won't find it here.
Stega Central is pretty stable. No other large-scale circle raids so far. Meanwhile, I've asked everyone who can fight together here. This is the militia.
2021 was amazing.
So we'll strike first.
But
maybe you should
need to know what awaits us in the Stega Rim.
I'll be there soon.
Good. Before you get ready at the Enclave, talk to the people here. They need someone to look up to. Fighter.
So this one, you not heard about this? It got nominated for Golden Globes, and it's a movie that everybody hated. Nobody liked this movie, but the Golden Globes basically are the Hollywood Foreign Press, like 100 people that are just kind of trying to read the room and like try and pick something, and they're trying to get all the stars into their party.
Nara, we've got an old but refitted missile launcher you can use. Just dock at the Enclave.
Sounds good. We'll need it.
And they nominated this movie that apparently is a portrayal of autism. Horribly offensive. And I haven't seen it, and so I don't know how that is, but I've heard some this is the worst. And it's people in my comments like, how dare you not put this in there? I was like, see it? Can't include it because I didn't see it. I heard everyone say it's the worst, so I just didn't watch it. I also didn't watch Cuties. So Cuties is I'm not going to watch Cuties. So, anyway. What? That's okay. What's your favorite TV you like? Your least favorite movie? You pick something you eat it? Got any other questions, comments for me? Next week will be a ton of Cobra Kai content. I think I'm going to do a spoiler review on Cody Beach's channel. I'm not going to have one on my channel. I should do a great video for tomorrow. he's going to do a live stream, I think, and I'll get on that. The episodes, I'm almost finished watching the whole season. It'll be a bunch of No, I don't know. 20 maybe? Something like that. It's not 100 movies, but I remember press releases probably. I didn't get I drink soda, it's carbonated. But I had to reapply for a bunch of press lists because it all got reset. Different company took over the Austin area, and so I did get invited to a bunch of press screens. And then basically I saw my critic friends get invited, and I had to message them, email, and then which kind of was that message. This kind of. Well, let's take a.
Is the new missile launcher set up?
Collating parameters. Finished.
Good. It gives us an edge on armored targets.
Nara, we received a distress signal from Reed. You must help her, please. Listen.
This is Reed. I'm requesting immediate assistance.
Watch this.
We are under heavy attack. This is a messenger. This is the post.
Understood, Sav. I'll get your wife back. Nara out. The circle's on the move.
And so are we. Coordinates set on the jump gate.
Let's hunt.
We didn't talk about it. We'll get to that. Woo! That's the last 2021 movie we watched this year, is The Protege. Picked a bad last one for the year. Okay. Coming in at number 90, Barb and Star. Go to Vista Del Mar. So this is I was actually pretty excited about this one because Kristen Wiig and the lady who wrote Bridesmaid.
We'll get up and on about a lot of things nowadays. Outrage is very popular. It's extremely monetizable to get mad about things, and people were like,
oh, I need some mayo. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my broadcast uncle, you didn't join my, Corvus playthrough part 1? Yeah, part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, which will be, I don't know, later today or the future. I don't know, so far this game, it's not bad. It's actually pretty interesting so far. The story is interesting. I just wait out there to get out of shit more and, explore the weird space limit, since that's not gonna happen. No, to do. This game is made by budget, so we know. So anyway, then join me. Stay tuned for part 2. Thank you, Food Chefs, for joining me. You will help me out. Happy New Year, and take care. See ya. Bye.